Hey everyone, Robin from Backscatter here with my good friend Hergen from Nauticam.
How's it going?
It's going all right today, Hergen. And today we're taking a look at the Panasonic EVA-1 cinema camera and the Nauticam housing for the EVA-1. We're going to do a little bit of an overview of the system and how to install the camera in the housing. So let's jump right into it. What do you think?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, well, let's start by taking the back off the housing so we can take out the tray and attach it to the camera itself.
Okay.
All right. So as a standard with Nauticam housings, removing it is pretty simple. Just push in the red buttons, flip up the levers, and we can take the back off the housing.
Awesome.
Set them off to the side for now. So we've got the cage in here, the tray in here that we're going to take out and mount to the camera. Taking it out is super simple. It's secured in with just this little lever right here. Flip that off to the side. You can hear it unlock. We can slide that cage out.
Super simple.
This cage looks a little more complex than some of the other cages you might find on our housings. The reason being is Panasonic decided to use some switches on their housing, on their camera. And so we wanted to make sure, as with our other housings, that you really don't need to preset any controls before you put that camera into the housing.
Yeah, keep it as simple as possible. Yeah.
Exactly. And so those switches, the way we've made a workaround for those is the controls that are going to activate those switches are actually back sprung. So it doesn't matter how you set it. Once you put the cage on, the first time you activate the control, it will seat itself.
Awesome.
So I don't even need to take a look at that side of the camera when I'm putting the tray on.
Very cool.
So that cage just sits right over the top and gets secured in with the 3 screws on the top.
Okay. So even though it looks like there's a lot going on with that cage, really not much. Very much bolted on, self-aligns, good to go.
Exactly. So
Awesome.
we're going to head and tighten these down a little bit. And to make it a little bit easier, as if you're anything like me, you routinely lose Allen keys. This one has a home on the cage. It's held in by a magnet. We just slide it in and it's ready to go.
Can't ask for much more than that.
We do support the supplied monitor from the EVA-1, and we do need to install that on the cage as well. And that's about as simple as you can get. Just slides right on the rail and tightens down with the thumb screw.
Easy. All right.
Easy. So let's go ahead and put the camera into the housing.
You got it.
Turn it around slightly here to get it started. We do activate the record function using the remote capability of the camera. So we do need to remember to plug this in while we're sliding the camera in. I'm going to get it started sliding in, and then we're going to go ahead and attach that. One quick thing we do need to do is, because of the focus and zoom gears on the front of the lens, we just want to make sure that we're disengaging the wheels that are activated that in the front of the housing.
It's up front here,
Super simple. Lock is lock. If we push that down, it's now unlocked. Not just disengages them a little bit, you can actually see the dials here on the side come out slightly. And that's really all you need to do. That's the only prep you need to do before you slide that camera into the housing. And try to keep it as simple as possible. As I mentioned before, we really like to keep prep to a minimum of anything that you have to do to the housing before you put the camera into the housing. So this is really the minimum level that we can do. But that means if you're putting the camera into the housing and you're feeling resistance, it's probably because you may have forgotten to just flip up those levers.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea to just stop if you feel any resistance and take a look at those and make sure you did disengage them.
For sure.
All right. So let's go ahead and put the camera into the housing. Just gonna get it started here. Okay, and then before I get it too far into the housing, I do want to make sure I install that remote cable. Plugs in right there. I can just tuck the rest of it into the housing. And then I can just go ahead, slide the camera in the rest of the way. Again, not feeling any resistance, so that just lets me know I did remember to flip up to disengage those gears. And then I lock it down with the lever there. Now we're good to go, ready to put the back on the housing.
Okay.
All right. So again, real world situation, we'd be turning on this vacuum system, simple as flipping a switch. For now, we're not going to do that though. The housing just goes over the back of the housing, and we just lock down those 2 levers.
And then we drop our gears back in place,
Drop our gears
right?
back in place, make sure they're engaging, and
Sweet.
we are good to go.
That's about all there is to it, huh? Cool. As far as changing the port goes and things like that, how does that work?
That's one of the greatest parts of Nauticam housings, how easy it is to do port and lens changes quickly and easily. So again, first thing we want to do is disengage those gears there. All right, and then standard with Nauticam port systems, push down the gray button, push down the red lever, and you can pop that port
straight off
of there.
Nice.
And then we do have a button over here for the lens release.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm pushing the right one there. And all we do is push that, lens comes off.
Nice.
Right, and then let me just look to make sure.
Yeah.
thread this in properly. Go, lens back on, line up the port. Yeah, if you can hold that for me, that'd be great. Pop that on there. Lever goes up.
Nice.
Re-engage those gears.
Cool. So that's pretty much, yeah, sealed, ready to get in the water. Of course, do your vacuum check and all that stuff. Once we've got it all sealed up and ready to go, what are some of the main controls? Where's the first place your hands are going once this thing's ready to dive?
We really like to make sure that all the essential controls are right at your fingertips. And we keep saying it over and over. If you have to look away from your subject and try to find a button on your camera, chances are you're going to miss some action.
Absolutely.
So really trying to keep it intuitive and keep those controls right where you want them. That's really the Nauticam philosophy. So let's take a look at from your right handle here. You can see we've got two obvious controls. This one is the trigger. So that's going to start our record. And again, that's an electronic trigger, but we've really engineered a nice positive feel to it so you get some good feedback to know that you're recording. We do have one of our dials here. So this is going to be the zoom dial.
Okay.
So that's actually going to zoom the lens. And then on the other side here, you can see we've got a little more going on over here. We've got most of our exposure related controls over here and also some stuff that controls the overlay on the screen. One of the great things about this camera is a lot of these controls are extremely customizable. Basically anything here that you see that has a number on it can be reassigned to a different function.
And a lot of different functions to choose from, too.
A lot of different functions. Yeah. And as I mentioned, for those switches inside, so the first time you actuate one of these levers, it may not do what you wanted it to do because it's seating itself. But the second time, it's going to be performing as it should. Same thing here for this one. The first time it's going to lock it in place, and then after that it's going to function properly and allow you to utilize it as it should.
Nice. As far as accessories and things like that go with the housing, I see a lot of different bulkheads here. Looks like we got a vacuum system. I'm assuming that comes pre-installed?
Yep, vacuum system comes pre-installed and it's nicely out of the way here, so it's not getting in the way of any other accessories that we might want to mount.
What about the other accessory ports?
We've got a couple extra M16 bulkheads here, so we can easily install for another monitor or even two monitors if we want. There is an HDMI out and an SDI out on the camera, so we can run one or two extra monitors.
Including like a surface feed via SDI?
Yep, including like a surface feed via SDI.
I mean, mount the monitor here like on the carry handle?
Yep, you can mount the monitor here on the carry handle. The carry handle is optional, but the housing does come with the new Cinema skids.
Nice.
To which you can mount those cool trim weights that we make to trim out your system.
Awesome.
Slide them around underwater, get it to where you need it to be based on your port, monitor, lighting setup that you have going on.
Wow. This is a really cool housing. I mean, obviously a lot of features, super easy to install. Overall, pretty small for the amount of 4K power this thing can put out. Really, really powerful tool for the underwater videographer.
And you're gonna look really good using it.
Well, that's awesome, Hergen. Thanks very much. And of course, if you have any questions about your EVA-1 or how to get it all set up, you can call us here at Backscatter. We're always happy to help.